Hello everyone. Today I thought I'd just go through some of my coats and jackets to show you that you can buy charity shop, eBay finds or whatever which site you go on at reasonable prices. I can't always remember the prices I've paid for things, but it won't be that much. Generally between £10 and £15 or 10 and 20 for a coat. This is a red one. It was a size 10, which I felt at the time was a bit snug, but it fits me okay as long as I don't have a big bulky jumper underneath. It did come with a belt actually, but I don't know where I put the belt. But I like it because you can style it up different ways with the actual collar, the neckline. You can have it open or you have it closed. And I like this particular belt off a dress. It's just a soft, long belt, and I've wrapped it around my neck and made it like a scarf. Let's check myself, make sure I don't check myself. Yeah, I do like a spot because there's a contrast, isn't it? I could wear a red blouse or a red and navy blouse, but I do like a little bit of a spot. It gives a classy look, I think. She says, struggling with this. Hang on, bear with. Yeah, I'm back. This, yeah, obviously can open out. And this is just a long, like a cummerbund, I think, like it goes on a dress. But I've used it as a little necktie, and I think it just sets the red off nicely. And yeah, any sort of scarf will do, but if you don't want to be too hot, it's nice to have something light, isn't it? This is a very regal purple, I find. You probably can see it's sort of like what the Queen would have worn. I think she wore this colour on many occasions, and it's a lovely deep purple, and I like the colour. It's a short jacket, and because I wore it at Christmas to the Worcestershire Cathedral Christmas tree installation, I've still got my little tree brooch on. I think this was off the internet on Philip Jones' site. He often does these little brooches and they're really nice. And nice gifts for Christmas as well for people. They're really sweet. So I've styled it with just a purpley scarf. It's a purple long scarf. You don't need a scarf on at all if you don't want, but if you've just got a polo neck, a black polo neck, it looks nice as well. I like it, very classy. Always feel in charge when I wear purple. And I remember reading about how important colour is, and people who wear purple ties at work, men, and purple jackets like to be their own boss. Interesting, isn't it? Red gives you leadership, drive and ambition, and this sort of purple indicates you're in charge, and I like that. Here's a close-up of that brooch. Sweet, isn't it? I meant to say Worcester Cathedral, not Worcestershire Cathedral, by the way. I'll give you a close-up of the actual colour because the lighting in here isn't quite good at the moment. The sun's gone round, and so it's not that bright, and I haven't got a backlight either to light up the room. But you see, I think you'll see the colour close up. This is a very lightweight jacket, turquoise. It's not the sort of colour I would normally go through it for, but it's light and it's very neat over a dress or trousers, and I like the neckline. It's a Bowden coat, coatigan or something. There's a bit of cotton there I need to cut off, but very, very light and easy to wear, and I'll style it with a little scarf. This isn't turquoise, but it's got a bit of every sort of colour in. Have it loose, or you can have it tucked in and neatly like I did before. But nice and lightweight, I think. I suppose you'd call it turquoise. But you could have a contrasting scarf with it. Maybe a bright orange or a yellow. And I think it would look nice. And this is it close up. This is another eBay find. It's a Betty Jackson little jacket, lovely green, and I love the pleated effect at the back. Very classy with the big black buttons. You can wear a black polo neck and black trousers, and it looks particularly swish. And the little puffy sleeve as well. You can either wear nothing underneath, pull your coat up, your jumper up, or you can have your jumper down. Very sweet, I really like it. But if you're in a business meeting or a special occasion with a hat, how lovely would it look? A very nice colour. And I'll just show you close up. This is a very countrified looking jacket. I bought it and it was big on the arms underneath, and a seamstress took it in as best she could without altering the actual length, the way it sits. But I like the fact that it's quite long. It's a 3/4. Lovely colour fabric, a sort of herringbone with yellow in it and also a green. And it's sort of got a background greeny theme and some nice brass buttons. So a good find, and it wasn't too expensive to take in. And I just paired it with a little navy lightweight scarf, but if it's colder you can have a big scarf. And yeah, it's quite a countrified look without having to pay a lot of money. Little eBay find again, a green Mac. It's a Bowden coat and it's got a lovely tortoiseshell buttons, and this is the green. And what I like about it is the fact that inside has a lovely lining which is of London, the Houses of Parliament and the soldiers inside. I think Bowden always do a nice lining, don't they, either spots or something, and it always adds interest to the actual coat or Mac. I washed it and it was fine in a nice soft wash. This is a short little fur jacket, the one I said I wore on my birthday last video. It's black. I wanted it, as I say, to be brown, but it's lovely. It's a coast little short jacket, and I think it was from eBay, from a charity called Emmaus, I'm pretty sure. And it's lovely, very nice, very soft. Coast label is a really good label, isn't it? Really nice. And it feels great, and it washed fine. And I'll show you another one that I've bought as well. This is a short bolero one, black again, but with the right outfit rather than leggings, it would look very dressy. And yeah, just a quick little bit of a shrug really, just to keep your shoulders warm. Very nice indeed, and again it's black. I love this coat. Very Catherine Middleton, I think, don't you think? Gorgeous shape, and it's from, the label says Fever, London. Now there's a tale behind this. I actually ordered this off eBay, somebody's house, somebody's second hand. I sent it to me, and when I received it, the buttons were loose, so I actually sewed them on tightly. And I thought, what a gorgeous shape to the back, very classy. It's like not quite a royal blue, but it's a purpley blue. And I remember thinking there was quite a lot of dust on the edge, so it'd been sitting in somebody's wardrobe, no doubt, for a long time, and dust around the lapel. In fact, I don't even think all the dust is out, actually. It's not immaculate, but it's fine. So I sent it off to the cleaners. So I paid £11 for the coat, and it was £16 for the cleaning bill. But when I got it back, there were white splash marks down the back, and I was really upset. So can you imagine if I'd have spent a lot of money on that coat, they couldn't do anything with it. There must have been some chemical that went down the back of the coat. So I washed it myself at home. I thought, right, stick it in the washing machine. Got my money back for the cleaning. Put it in the wash on a wool wash, and it looked great once I'd washed it and ironed it. And then I thought, well, there's still a bit of dust, I'll put it again. So I did 2 wool washes, and I was thrilled with it. The only problem was the white marks, so I thought I'm going to have to match them with a purpley blue felt pen. So somewhere at the back here, I've coloured with felt pen to cover up those white splash marks. And I did think, when I looked at the reviews of the cleaning company, all the complaints that people had said, my coat's gone missing, there's marks on my jacket, and they weren't rectified. So it's very difficult, isn't it? When you're spending a lot of money, you want it cleaned professionally. It's got to be right. I just... So yeah, a lot of times you can put things in the wool wash, which is what I did with this. I thought I took a risk, it's £11, I've got nothing to lose. And it didn't even shrink the lining either, which that's what I was worried about. But I hope you agree, it's a lovely classic out. I just feel I could, you know, curtsy. And that's the colour. A nice dog tooth jacket here. It's quite a large print, but I can get away with it. There's a little hook, you can hook it so it's a neater look on the actual collar. But you can have a nice scarf with it as well, and it goes with everything. I always think a dog tooth goes with black trousers, black skirts, boots, and even nice black gloves make it look really special, I always think. I've got a dog tooth hat, but it's not quite the same colour. I have worn it with it. This has got a creamy background, but my dog tooth hat it's got a white background. But hey, anything goes. If you're cold, just put it on. And doesn't a jacket make you feel smart? I do think it does. And can go with anything, can't it? This is a coast coat, the one I was talking about the other day. I think I paid $16 for this, and I had it cleaned, and there was still mud on after I had it cleaned. So it just goes to show those marks don't always come out. So I just used a dry cloth after that just to get the mud off. There was like a little bit of mud on the end, and it came off with a little cloth, and I like it. It's very, very warm. It's the coast coat, cream and red, and it looks nice with a scarf, and I've just got it without a scarf and still looks nice. Quite a wide lapel for me, but you can always pin it with a little brooch and have it slightly different if you don't like the wide lapel, because I like a neat look. Hope you like it. Very warm coat, very, very warm. This is a black velvet, more of an evening coat, lightweight but nice to drape over an outfit for the evening, and I bought it, it's size 42, I think that's a sort of 12, isn't it? It's Joseph as the label. Very, very nice, and I would pair it with a nice velvet. I've got some nice black velvet scarves to go with it, and I lost my little black velvet gloves I bought off eBay. So yeah, they were new off eBay. You can get them off, well, Amazon. You can get little black velvet gloves, and they always make it look really smart. It's a really nice coat. I think 42 is a 12. It's about that, isn't it? This was my charity shop in Droitwich find, which I'd worn before in the snow. It's a strange shape. It's Italian wool, boiled wool. Sort of goes out, but I don't mind that. It's rather a Little Red Riding Hood dress, don't you? Sorry, coat, don't you think? Little Red Riding Hood going through the woods. And I've still got another one of those Christmas tree brooches on, because I wore it at Christmas. I love it, and it washed on a wool wash. I didn't take this one to the cleaners. I actually washed it because I thought, I think it'll take it. And you can buy Woolite from the shops or cashmere and wool from Waitrose, and it came up beautiful. And I hope you like it. It's really a nice wintry coat. The fur doesn't look too flat. You can fluff it up. And I've paired it with a nice little red scarf. I hope you enjoyed those, and yeah, it's not going to be a fashion week every week, but I just thought it's quite a nice little segment to put in the bits and bobs that I do. And let me know if you find any charity finds, or on eBay or Vinted or wherever you go, and any other sites that I'm not aware of. So yeah, let me know. sequin top or dress was £10, I think, in the sale from Romans. It was a shop in Worcester a few years ago. And the trousers are a new acquisition from Marks and Spencer's in their sale for £12.99. The 3/4 length coat was from a friend. She was having a clear out. I'm here for a 40th at the Bar and Block at the Parade in Leamington Spa. And I'm the first here. So let the party begin. So what happened in 1985? Shopping list wise, a loaf of bread was 40p, pint of milk 20p, 400 grams of cheese £1.9, 250 grams of butter 54p, a pint of beer was £1, a litre of petrol 43p, and a house around the cost of £31,000. FA Cup winner was Manchester United. Sandy Lyle was in the Golf Open, and the England won the Cricket Ashes. Popular toys were Optimus Prime and Trivial Pursuit. Born this year were Wayne Rooney, Keira Knightley and Lewis Hamilton. At number 10 was Margaret Thatcher. Popular films were The Goonies and Back to the Future. Year of the Ox for Chinese year, and popular names for children were Christopher, Daniel, James, Laura, Sarah and Rebecca. And British Telecom announced it was going to phase out its iconic red telephone. Now that's interesting because I worked for BT at that very time. So I'm tasked with just mending this little shirt cuff because it's come out. So I've tried hand sewing it and it looks a mess. I knew it would look a mess, so I've got the machine out. Here we go. Not perfect, but it's secure. That's the main thing. Sleeve is no longer ripped. To show you my oven that's just been cleaned. And I tried to do it myself. Why did I even bother? It's got a self-clean button, but I was worried about putting that on because I know they can be dangerous. They heat up if you put the self-clean on to 500 degrees, so I didn't want to do that. So Mr. Oven Clean, I beg your pardon, has come out from Worcester. Shout out to Jamie Bedford. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm going to give him a brilliant Google review. Avengers special at £1.49. They haven't come out. 2 of these packs, 2 for £7 and £2.49 each. And I think we'll get some nice spring colour out of them because the garden is looking rather bland. So that's lovely. And it's off to Home Bargains to see some of their Easter inspiration on the shelves. They've got plenty to see, so if you have one near you, then check them out. Hello everyone, I hope you've enjoyed my little clips for this week, and I'm basking in the sunshine, as you can see. It is glorious, isn't it? This week has been beautiful from the beginning of March. It certainly feels like spring, and I trust that you're having nice weather where you are. And whilst I was at the garden centre yesterday, I picked up a little booklet that we're aware of in the UK, which is the National Garden Scheme, Gardens Open for Charity in this year, 2025. And what it is there are addresses in here, and they let you go to their gardens, their own private gardens, for a nominal sum, like £5, and you're able to pay that money, walk around the gardens and get some inspiration. And I certainly got some inspiration about 10 years ago when I went to one particular one about 5 miles from where I live. And I think it was the first time I ever saw a pear tree. It was like the children's book Each Peach Pear Plum by is it Alan and Janet Elberg. I was shocked at how perfect this pear tree was, and the fruits. And I urge you to go if you're in the UK. I don't know whether they have these sort of schemes anywhere else, but it gives you real inspiration to switch up your own garden, make changes. And it's nice just to see other people's pots and planters and how they do things. So that will hopefully come up in the summer when the weather is nice. And tomorrow, it won't be on this vlog, but tomorrow I'm off to the Ligon Arms in Broadway for afternoon tea. It'll be my 3rd ever afternoon tea. My first one was there over a year ago, and I forgot to vlog the food because I was eating it. And it was a very hot summer's day then. Tomorrow hopefully will be cooler, so it'll be beautiful. And my other afternoon tea was at the South Crest Manor Hotel in Redditch, and I went with the same lady, so she's inviting me for tomorrow. So this is so exciting, I can't wait to go. And if I remember, I will vlog the scones, the sandwiches and the cakes, and that will be on next week's vlog. So take care, have a lovely week, and I'll speak to you soon.